Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of Totally Tori. Totally Tori. She's totally Tori. It's totally Tori. Anyways, I'm Tori, duh. And today I thought I would do a really, I don't know, it's kind of a unique idea to me at least. I'm sorry if you've seen something like this. But I thought I would do a 4th of July look, but then I decided why just stick to one. So I ended up doing 3 different 4th of July looks using the same shadow, the same shade of blue. And I kept the face the same and only added one thing to the lips, I think, for one of the looks. And yeah, so I basically just took 3 looks and I went to transition from day to night. So this is the most dramatic, like the nighttime one. Although you can wear them whenever, you feel like. If you want to be this dramatic at 11 in the morning, do it. Do what you want to do. You do you. I mean, I'm probably going to be really dramatic on the 4th of July no matter what I'm doing, but I thought it'd be fun to show how you can use the exact same things to transition and do, a lot of different looks with it, so you're not constantly having to be like, oh, I have to go buy a new shadow for this or that, especially for holidays like this. I basically, you can do those 3 looks over the course of 3 years and you're using the same products, so you don't have to go buy new stuff just for one holiday that you may not ever wear that color ever any other time of the year. So that was just my thoughts on it. I hope you guys really like it. It's a little bit fast of a video. I was obviously, since it's 3 looks, I was trying not to make it be like 24 minutes long, and I know a lot of my old videos were really long, so I sped up the speed of the clips. And so hopefully it's not too fast. Like, hopefully y'all can still kind of pick up on what I'm doing. And it's all my voiceover type deal. So hopefully it's not too quick for y'all. But I was just trying to make it as short as possible. So if y'all really wanted to watch it and y'all didn't have that much time, there you go. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope y'all have a nice, safe, and wonderful 4th of July. And I'll see y'all later. So if y'all want to see how I got to this look and the other 2 looks, please keep watching. Alright, so since we are doing 3 different makeup looks for the 4th of July in this video, I decided to keep the face the exact same. So all that changes is the shadow, and I add a little bit to the lips at one point to make it a little bit more dramatic. But I just primed my face with my usual primer, and I used my usual foundation concoction all over the face and neck area as usual, duh. Then I blended it in with a beauty blender. I will have everything listed down below, so do not fret, but as far as the face is concerned, nothing really changes from my usual routine besides the blush. So I just contoured with the same stuff I always use because, I paid $40 for that crap, so I want to get a good use out of it, as I have been, as you can tell. So there's that. Why would you spend money on something you're only going to use once? And then for blush, I use the Maybelline Master Prime Highlight Blush in Mauve. And this has a nice sheen to it, so you don't have to add highlighter if you don't want to. But as you can see, I am, because why the heck not? Let's just make our whole face glow. Then I lined my lips with a lip liner that ended up being a little too pink, so I went over it with a lip crown and then a liquid lipstick by Kat Von D in the shade Outlaw. And it just made a really nice red concoction that wasn't too dark and wasn't too pinky. So I was really happy with how it turned out. So after I cleaned that up with a little makeup wipe, I used a little concealer brush with my foundation concoction and kind of blended that on the outside of it, because red lips tend to bleed pretty bad on everyone. So after I blended in the foundation concoction with a beauty blender, I go back with some powder just to set it to make sure that lip does not smudge and stays put. So then I went in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light Kit in the shade Ludwin, and that's what I'm putting all over the lid with a big fluffy brush. Then I went in with the shade Latinus, and I used that in the crease with a fluffy brush to add some depth and dimension. But the first look is going to be our daytime look, so besides the red lips, I didn't want it to be dramatic, I didn't want it to be bold, I just wanted it to be a kind of simplistic look. So then I took the shade Succubus and kind of lightened my eyeshadow area with that and my brow bone, and then went over it with the Ludwin shade on the eyelid just a little bit, and then blended some more in our crease. Then we went into the Urban Decay Electric Palette and used the shade Chaos, or I did, not we, you know what I'm saying, guys. And I just kind of tight lined my bottom eyelash line with a really small brush with that shade because I really didn't want it to be too smoky, too dramatic, too thick. So I then smudged it out with my finger and just kind of took off the excess product with it so it would look nice and even and blended. Then for my lashes, I curled them. I did not put on false lashes at this point in the video. And I just used the L'Oreal mascara that I've been using a lot lately. And I really started to like it. So that's what I used. And then I took the shade sand that the shade sand that we highlighted with, and I put that on the inner corners of my eyes just to add a final touch to that look. So there is the first look, the daytime 4th of July look that is not very dramatic. Then I went back in with the same shade Chaos. I wet an angled brush with some rose water. And I used this to make a winged liner. And I made that wing liner pretty far out and long for me at least. It's not crazy, crazy thick, but you know, I never wear winged eyeliner, honestly. So when I do it, any wing liner feels thick and long to me. So there you go. But I really wanted to make 3 different looks using the same eyeshadows so y'all could really see how to transition from day to night if y'all had multiple events for the 4th of July or any, thing where you want to wear crazy blue shadow. So that's what this video is all about. I really hope you guys liked it. So I'm just making sure both wings are even. And, I'm using small little strokes, and as I'm doing this, I'm constantly wetting my brush. So make sure that you are consistently wetting your brush or the shadow won't be as pigmented or dramatic as you want. And it's a lot easier to prevent fallout if your brush is wet when you're trying to use shadow as a liner. So then I went back in to the Shade and Light kit and I used the shade Sytry. And I just put that into the crease to really add depth and dimension to my crease and make it just a little bit more dramatic, but not too much because we're still trying to keep it more for the daytime, evening time, whatever. I mean, you can wear these whenever you want. I'm just whatever's. So I cleaned up with a makeup wipe, and then I went in with the OCC Lip Tar in Role Play, and this is a metallic lip tar, so it's going to add a little bit of sheen to our look. So that is the second look. Then I took a makeup wipe and removed the wing liner as we transition to our third most dramatic and most evening appropriate look, I guess. And I did not want the blue past our crease. I just wanted to keep it on our lid. So that's why I took off the wing liner. Then I went in with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Cobalt. And it's a little bit more green than the shade that we have been using. But we're putting the shade on top of it. So it'll blend out very well. And it's a nice base. So we're going to go back in and use the shade Chaos. And we're going to pack that all over the lid. And if you can't tell, I'm using the same brush that I used to tightline my bottom lash line with. And I'm using that to really, really pack on the shade and keep it nice and controlled and add a nice little line and keep everything, nice and tight on the eyelid and to prevent as much fallout as possible since we're not going back over our face, entirely. We're not wiping our whole makeup off on our face. So there you go. You know what I mean. Since we're keeping our face the same. So I also took that color and I brought it back under the eye and I brought it all the way to the inner corner of my eye to really make it more dramatic and have, a really, kind of kick in the face like blue. Woohoo! So that's what that is. Then I went back into the Shade and Light kit and I used both the shades that we used in our crease to blend that line out so it's not so harsh of a blue. And I just used a fluffy brush when I used the lighter shade. And then when I went in with the darker brown Sytry, I used a pencil brush to really pack that in the crease and make it a more transition from the blue to the lighter brown. Like so. Then I'm going to take the Ardell Wispy Lashes after I highlight my inner corners. And I'm going to use the Double Up Wispy Lashes. And those are the fake eyelashes I used, and they're dramatic, but they're not too bad, and they're not really heavy, so it'll still be okay if you're outside. You're not going to be sweating your whole face off, and your lashes won't fall off and die. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all have had that happen, I swear. So then I'm just going to touch up a little bit on my face under the eyes just to brighten it up. Since we are wearing such a dark shadow, we want our eyes to be brightened. And that is the third look, guys. I really hope you liked this video.